Live from the KHOU 11 studios and streaming on KHOU 11 Plus, your news starts now.
Thanks for joining us for this digital newscast. We're streaming live now on KHOU 11 Plus. I'm Marcelino Benito.
And I'm Cheryl Mercedes. We've seen some rain all day today.
It's been pretty heavy. Right now, roads are a mess with all the rain we've been getting, and you can really see how slick they are. A section of I-69 southbound at Elgin Street is shut down after a big rig crashed into the overpass. As you can see in our TransStar camera there, the left shoulder lane is closed while TxDOT crews assess the damage. Now here's a look at the crash from earlier today. You can see the truck jackknifed right under the bridge. Now thankfully there were no injuries. At this time we're not sure if the weather played a role in this crash, but it's definitely a good reminder to drive extra carefully and have some patience on these wet roads.
Our team is tracking the latest with today's storms. We've got meteorologist Pat Kavlin in the studio and Orko Manna out on the roads in our weather tracker. We begin here in the studio with Pat, who has the latest on the storm conditions.
Hey guys, roads are a rough place to be this evening. We've got that heavy rain out there right now. Live look out towards the Med Center. You can see the low clouds hanging over some of the buildings here, and the roads are wet still. Rain is still coming down across the city. Made it just shy of 70 degrees this afternoon. So our first day in a long time where temperatures were actually above normal. Live look here from the top of our studios in the Galleria. Again, more wet roads here. That's Westheimer down there towards the bottom of the screen. Can't even see the buildings downtown. Temperatures 60s and 70s. 74 right now in Angleton, 72 in Pearland, 66 for Tomball, same at Bush, 64 Galveston, and 62 in Conroe. We do turn drier as we get into tomorrow, so there's the good news, but it's an unsettled week overall with a lot of clouds and some shower chances sticking around, but the heavy stuff arrives again towards Thursday and Friday. We'll talk about that in just a second. First, a live look at radar. Again, there's the city of Houston. Here's the loop, and you can see some pretty heavy rain falling right now from the Heights, getting into Edo and downtown, and then getting up towards Hawthorne Place, the Aldine area. On the wider shot, you can see that extends all the way here into northeast Houston, up towards Atascocita, Huffman, and up towards Intercontinental. South side of the city is dry for the moment. On the wider shot, you can see there's actually some much quieter weather down towards the coast. It's really just this narrow corridor of heavy rain here between I-10 and 59 going across Katy, and then across the city out towards the east side where we're seeing the worst of the weather, and that extends all the way into Louisiana as well. Now, as we get into the overnight, the rain will gradually come to an end, but the clouds stick around. Tomorrow, the tail end of this system kind of hangs around the area. That'll keep clouds around, but overall we do stay dry. And if that high can come just a little farther south, I think we'll get more sunshine tomorrow. So Monday looks like a pretty decent day. By the time we get to Tuesday, though, warm front comes back across the area. That will bring us more clouds and maybe the chance for a stray shower before rain chances pick up again later on in the week. So there's 9:30 this evening. Again, still seeing that rain chance right where it is still across the city, going up towards pretty much between I-10 and the East Tex Freeway here into Louisiana. As the night goes on, rain chances will very slowly subside. By tomorrow morning, it's a dry start for the most part, but cloudy. And then as we go through the day, notice the clouds start to melt away. First north and east first, and then they're going to try to melt away towards the city. I think the farther south and west you go, the more cloud cover there is, and the farther east you go, the more sunshine you're going to see for the day tomorrow. So again, no rain expected tomorrow. Back to a 20% chance then for Tuesday. Wednesday, we're still in the isolated category at 30%. The chances really jump up, though, by Thursday. So it's Thursday and Friday that we're watching for our next chance for rain. Here's the pattern flip as we get into the upcoming week. Warmer weather taking over not just the southeast, but going all the way north towards the Canadian border. That includes us here as well. Colder stuff down towards the southwest. But when you see the jet stream in that kind of a snaked orientation, it puts us on the unsettled side of things here with heavy rain and storms possible as we go through the next few days. So this is how the week starts. They're actually finally getting rain back in California. That's great news with all the wildfires. Unfortunately, a little too much rain with the burn-scarred ground can lead to mudslides, so that's the next thing that they're dealing with out there. But eventually this upper level low that's bringing the rain to California will very slowly migrate across the Four Corners and then eventually in our direction by Thursday and Friday. And that will bring widespread rain and storms back to the forecast again, similar to what we've got today. Thursday evening into Thursday night. Good thing, though, it looks like it's going to be out of here sometime Friday morning, so it looks like Friday afternoon could be salvageable for the area. 54 for the overnight with rain coming to an end. Tomorrow we'll do 62. It's still cloudy for the most part, but it's dry. 64, a stray shower Tuesday, 72 degrees on Wednesday. Wow, what a difference. And we stay in the 70s all the way through the weekend. The 2 days that we've got highlighted for you right now are Thursday and Friday for more widespread showers and storms. My gut is telling me that we'll be able to drop the one for Friday and really just focus on Thursday. That's how it stands right now. Good news though, Cheryl and Marcelino, by Saturday and Sunday, you got a chance to play hooky from work, or if you're doing something outside, the weekend looks really nice. 70s with tons of sunshine, 40s at night, so just perfect weather as we look ahead to next weekend.
Wow, talk about a big change from earlier this week, Pat.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, now you need to watch the roads not for the ice, but from the rain. It is slick out there again.
Let's check in with Orko Manna, who's out in our weather tracker on Westheimer. So, Orko, how are the roads looking out there?
Well, Marcelino and Cheryl, you said it. It is slick out here. Definitely wet. We want to show you Westheimer Road here. Take a look at your screen. Very wet conditions out here, especially on the right lanes closer to the sidewalk. If you look at the right side of your screen, you might be able to see more pooling water on the right lanes of Westheimer here. We're on Westheimer. We just passed Hillcroft Avenue. We're in the West Chase area. And again, you can see those wet, slick conditions on the roads. A lot of that pooled water, as I mentioned, closer to where the sidewalks are. But you are seeing a lot of cars still out here driving. So if you are heading on the roads, you want to make sure to take it slow. We know that after this ice storm that we had earlier this week, or I should say last week, we are definitely seeing more slick conditions, this time due to the rain. And again, you can see some vehicles here in front of us putting up some of that mist from the water on the road. And that vehicle, you might have been able to see it on the right side of your screen in the right lane, kind of putting that pooled water up into the air as they continue to drive. So again, this is what we're seeing on the surface streets and the highways as well when we talk about the conditions right now. Due to the rain, we are expecting the rain to continue. As Pat said, throughout the evening it will slow down a little bit, but those conditions on the roads will still be wet, so we want to make sure to take it slow and leave enough distance between you and the car in front of you. Again, those slick conditions really impacting all of us in the Houston area, but that's what we're seeing right now. We're going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
Nuisance weather for sure. Orko, thanks so much.
You can be the first to know anytime bad weather heads your way. Just scan the QR code right there on your screen to download the KHOU 11 Plus app. And be sure to turn on those notifications. Tonight, the Harris County Sheriff's Office is looking for 15-month-old Mateo Vasquez.
He's believed to be with his alleged uncle, 25-year-old Jason Vasquez. Mateo was last seen just after 5 last night on Greenstone Drive near Attic Satsuma Road and Spencer Road. Now, according to the Harris County Sheriff's Office, Vasquez is now being charged with kidnapping. If you have any information, call the Sheriff's Office at 713-755-7427.
Tonight, the search continues for the person behind the wheel of a deadly hit and run.
A woman was killed early this morning after police say the suspect slammed into her vehicle and fled that scene.
The crash happened in southwest Houston along Fondren and 59. Our Michelle Choi has the latest details.
Police say the crash happened just after 3 this morning. The section of Fondren was closed for several hours as officers worked the scene. Investigators say a woman was headed north and was about to make a turn at the median when a truck slammed into her vehicle. They say that driver then ditched the truck and ran away, and it was a witness passing by who called 911. Police say the woman was taken to the hospital where she died. Investigators say it's still unclear what led up to the crash and if the driver of the truck was impaired, but the aftermath shows the victim's car mangled and the front of the suspect's truck heavily damaged. Hours later in the daylight, you could see the remnants of the deadly crash, including what appeared to be a front bumper that likely fell off the suspect's truck. According to residents who live along this busy thoroughfare,
people are coming all the time. We have the university, we have a big major hospital.
Most share the latest crash doesn't come as a surprise, including Angie Kleinert, who has lived right off of Fondren for more than 4 years.
It's very dangerous.
She says this stretch of road has progressively been getting worse when it comes to reckless drivers.
They don't obey by the speed limit signs or the road caution signs either. A lot of people, they still make a U-turn right here and they don't even pay attention to their surroundings. And then as people come through the intersection here at 59 and Fondren, they'll speed through if they're trying to catch the light or if they've missed it.
And that it's beyond frustrating, especially for those who live here.
I have a 5-year-old daughter, so I'm extremely scared, especially whenever I pull out here with her in there.
Just last weekend, a neighbor shared a wrong-way driver crashed here at this intersection and lost a tire before taking off. Tire marks and the tire itself still sitting in a front yard days later. Angie, as well as others, say they hope something can be done to make the area safer.
Things need to be changed with the area right here because there are frequent wrecks here. At least every day, at least one fender bender, if not major accidents.
In Southwest Houston, Michelle Choi, KHOU 11 News.
Michelle, thank you. At last check, police said they didn't have any information on the hit-and-run suspect. They're now asking anyone who may have seen what happened or know anything to call Houston police.
Tonight, we have learned that a 21-year-old has been arrested for allegedly shooting his own father. Sheriff Ed Gonzalez says Adrian Alvarez also led deputies on a chase in North Harris County last night. Alvarez is also accused of shooting at another relative and stealing a car at gunpoint. He's charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault. Right now, it's not clear what led up to this shooting.
Tonight, a man is fighting for his life in the hospital after police say he was shot by his partner. This happened around 2:30 this morning at the intersection of Carver and Wilberforce in North Houston. Police say the couple got into an argument, and at some point, the suspect pulled out a gun and shot the man in the stomach. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Police tell us the shooter is now in custody, and this case is still under investigation. Now, we can't stress this enough. If you or anyone you know is dealing with a domestic violence situation, help is available. You can call that number on your screen or text the word START to 88788.
Today, President Donald Trump vowed to unleash revenge tactics, including trade tariffs and sanctions against Colombia. This after the country rejected 2 flights carrying undocumented immigrants back from the U.S.
Now, Colombia's president says he has ordered a 25% tariff on U.S. imports in retaliation. CBS News correspondent Christian Benavidez is in Miami with the latest.
On Sunday, President Trump said he is ordering tariffs and visa restrictions on Colombia. The threat comes after the South American country's president said his government won't accept flights carrying migrants deported from the U.S. until the Trump administration creates a protocol that treats them with dignity. Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, says deportations from the U.S. will ramp up in the days ahead.
You're going to see the numbers steadily increase, the number of arrests nationwide as we open up the aperture. Right now it's concentrating public safety threats, national security threats.
On Face the Nation, Vice President J.D. Vance was asked if he supports the idea of conducting raids at schools or houses of worship, a move sharply criticized by the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops.
We are going to enforce immigration law. We're going to protect the American people.
As President Trump prepares for the second week of his second term in the White House, he's set to meet with congressional Republicans at their annual retreat being held at his Doral Resort here in Miami. This week on Capitol Hill, senators will grill some of the president's nominees for key positions. They include Secretary of Health and Human Services nominee Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Trump's pick for FBI Director Kash Patel, and his choice for National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard. Christian Benavidez, CBS News, Miami.
And this weekend, immigrant advocacy groups in Chicago filed a lawsuit against the Trump administration and Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The lawsuit claims President Trump's plans to target Chicago with mass deportations would violate their First Amendment rights to free speech and possibly Fourth Amendment rights against unreasonable search and seizures. The Chicago groups have asked for an emergency hearing, but said they don't expect to be in court until Tuesday at the earliest. Turning now to a couple of other top stories we're following for you this evening. The clock is still ticking down on TikTok.
President Trump granted the social media site a 90-day extension to sell the app to an American buyer. Yesterday, Trump dismissed reports that he's in talks with Oracle about buying TikTok. He went on to say he has the right to sell or close it, depending on what he thinks is best for the country. Meanwhile, YouTube and TikTok star Mr. Beast, also known as Jimmy Donaldson, is looking to buy the app with a group of investors. Other bids are coming in, including one from a group that has Shark Tank's Kevin O'Leary involved. So far, TikTok has not commented on any of it.
Tonight, this popular face moisturizer on your screen is now under a Class 2 recall by the FDA. Now, the recall is specifically for the 14-ounce jars of the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream Moisturizer. The FDA wouldn't say why the recall was issued, but Class 2 recalls indicate a product may cause temporary or medically reversible health issues. We have the specific affected lots on our website, KHOU.com.
The countdown is on, football fans. Super Bowl Sunday is just 2 weeks away. And here's a look at how some fans are celebrating today's big matchups, as well as, we'll know tonight who's heading to the final round. Today, the Philadelphia Eagles went head-to-head with the Washington Commanders, securing a spot in the big game. Meanwhile, the Kansas City Chiefs are facing off against the Buffalo Bills right now. And it looks like Taylor Swift will be in the stands there at tonight's Chiefs game, cheering on her boyfriend, Travis Kelce. And you can tune in and watch it all right now on KHOU.
Any predictions?
Well, I hope the Chiefs go down. They took out the Texans.
Exactly. Go Bills, go.
We've had enough of the Chiefs.
Yeah. Bye.
That's our time for this digital newscast.
We'll have more for you coming up on TV tonight at 10. See you then.